No wonder everybody got to check in, y'all. Now I'm checking in with the police department. Police department told me, hey man, you got a problem with Mr. James Prince. Austin, we hear you got a problem with James Prince. Man, we scared of him. I swear to God, y'all, I just got the call from the Houston's mayor's office and the gang unit police department in Houston, Texas. They are scared of fire to rap a lot.
And yes, he threw Jay Prince Jr.'s name right in the mix.
Houston is more of a player town. Them Houston is way player, homie. They ain't just hunting down celebrities. You can go to Houston with your jewelry on. Go to the clubs and have fun. Takeoff was just a fluke. But you can go to Houston and party and have fun all night. Go to different sides of Houston. And you can't do that you can't do that in LA, homie. All that setup dealing with Jay Prince Jr. and mob ties because they extort. See, Jay Prince Jr. and them try to extort, but they don't come up. When they come up here, they be on their best behavior. When mob ties come up to Dallas, nigga, I was in DG with the homie. When Houston played Dallas, throwing money, they be on their best behavior. They only try to play the mob ties extortion to the weak rappers, but. Come on, homie. You heard what Sauce Walker told us, man. Yeah, man. Y'all, homie. Nah, Houston is a player town, homie.
Come on out here. Bring your on out here. We ready for war with anybody. Anybody. I ain't just talking. You scared of James Prince. James Prince. Daughter, his kids, his organization. If you a mob, I'm a nation.
Charleston White isn't tapping the brakes. He's stomping the gas. He points straight at Jay Prince Sr. and Jay Prince Jr., then asks the question the culture hates to answer. Is power in Houston real protection or just performance?
Let me tell you something, homie. I didn't have no show. I was working with the same organization that works against you. James Prince got a house full of them. Because the FBI want the Houston Police Department and James Prince too. Why you think Houston police keep turning the other way on all these murders? How do you think James Prince can get a police report to an open murder investigation that includes his son? And none of the stuff is redacted. None of the information on this mother, none of this names is blotted. How can James Prince get access to that? So he working with the police, I'm working with the government. Run up on me, James Prince. I'm gonna go to war with the goddamn police for all this shit I got in here. What's wrong with you? I can go to war with police. What's wrong with you? I don't give about nothing. You James Prince, mob ties, and Houston. Come go to war with ready for war. Mention my mother name. I disrespect you, make you throw your life away. Chump. You a chump to me. You and your clique, a mob tie. Y'all can suck my.
Tonight, he's not whispering it. He's saying it loud enough to rile timelines. Before we dive in, if you rock with straight talk and real context, hit like, smash subscribe, and ring the bell. It tells us you're not here for fluff, and it helps this community grow. Charleston's fuse is short by design, but there's always a moment that lights it. Another clip, another claim about who runs what, and another round of people saying artists must check in if they want to breathe in Houston.
Yeah, make the white boy motorcycle gang, make Taylor Swift check in. Make Khloe Kardashian check in. What's the white boy name on The Voice? Make everybody check in. What's the white boy name down here? Post Malone. Make him check in.
Yeah.
Why the got to check in? I just left Houston last week. I ain't check in. Yeah, I went through Houston, went to Beaumont. Nah, I ain't check in. So why the got to check in, Mr. Prince? Mob ties?
He hears that and laughs. Then he swings. He says the idea of asking permission to visit a city is clout dressed up as courtesy.
Yeah, I don't think they mob ties is mob ties. It's rap a lot ties, you know. But they ain't got no mob to move nothing in America. They can't persuade no judge like the real Italian mafia can. They ain't got no construction contracts like the real mob ties in New York has with the unions. And no. They just playing gangster like the playing. Jay Prince is a mogul, but he don't have a mob. and he not a mafia.
And if anyone thinks he's scared to say names, he corrects them in the first sentence. He frames check-in as a split screen.
Antonio is dangerous. It's a lot of places that's dangerous. But you can go as a black rapper, a black celebrity, and have fun in these towns, long as you don't check in to J. Prince Jr. J. Prince Jr. is the boy. Everything happened around him. He the boy. Not the city of Houston. J. Prince Jr. is the boy trying to play gangster mob, homie, really discrediting his father's name and legacy. Cause he private kid school, so why would you check into the private school? Private school, homie. Now Jazz is way more player from what I heard, but J. Prince Jr. go beat up, stick his long fingernails when they walk by the strip club, bite they all kind of unruly. You done heard the rumor, man. Come on, homie. All the girls in the strip club say he got long fingernails, be trying to stick his fingers up in there.
On one side, smooth operations, local drivers, security, venues, people who know the terrain. On the other, a velvet glove shakedown.
Stay away from J. Prince Jr., you'll be all right in Houston. But if he tricked you in thinking you got to come be with them, they go. Remember the that was shooting the fake dice on? I had him on recording telling the story. Right after the day, he telling me how Takeoff was quiet and the other Quavo was doing all the talking. So I know one of the called to come shoot the bad dice on it. So if you like to gamble, yeah, you go get caught up with Boosie and all them with the J. But if you stay away from the crowd and you just with who you with, and you can have fun in H-Town. It's a party town. Have fun till the sun come up. And it's a player town. Houston have always been a player town. Don't get me wrong, they get gangster, but they only get gangster when they have to. Don't look around trying to be gangster and force gangsterism off on just their people. That's why it's a lot of black, vibrant businesses out there in Houston.
Charleston tears at the second screen. He calls it theater, a performance for cameras, a sales pitch that hides behind the word respect. In his telling, real respect is quiet. The loud stuff is marketing.
Come on out here. Bring your on out here. We ready for war with anybody. Anybody. I ain't just talking. You scared of James Prince. James Prince. Daughter, his kids, his organization. If you a mob, I'm a nation.
There's the father, J. Prince Sr., a name that flows through hip-hop history like a sealed vault. Then there's Junior, a lightning rod who lives online, where every post turns into a headline.
But that ain't got nothing to do with Houston. That have more something to do with him having something to do with Dog. And she playing gangster. But you can go to Houston, man, and really enjoy yourself.
You can.
Cause this thing, I done said J. Prince and had sold out shows. I done talked about ESG. And go to Houston and enjoy myself.
Charleston plays that contrast hard. He doesn't pretend the Prince name is small. He argues the aura around it has been stretched by the internet into something bigger, louder, and less grounded than the legacy itself.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. But I did see the mob ties in the J. Prince red too, bro.
Man, ain't nobody scared of them niggas.
I'm saying where does that come from? Where does that come from?
Because somebody asked the question. We not afraid of J. Prince up here in Dallas. Homie, he ain't had no influence up here. His sons, none of that. Nigga right there come through and try to do some big dogs up here. Nah, homie, just big down now. Mob ties don't exist up here because when the police kill somewhere, it's mob ties. When we need murder solved in the community and need kill babies, where is mob ties? When the women is getting beat, and where is mob ties, homie? Where is mob ties for the community? Mob ties. Hard we working for these kids up here. Don't bring no mother mob ties up to me. Them don't do a goddamn thing.
He aims his heaviest shots at the sun, then questions the shadow it throws over the city. Charleston's thesis is simple. He's not reporting to anybody. If safety is a service, you hire it. If respect is mutual, you show it. If someone insists you need them to move around, he calls that a story they sold you, one he's not buying.
Restrictions and protocols off any, we don't owe y'all nothing. Y'all people want to enjoy the entertainment. I can go hire me some white boy sheriffs to patrol me, but I'd much rather get the black security company. But if I got to check in because they go be dropping tips on me, now I go get the white boy security. You don't make them police check in. So no, that's what I mean by I don't respect nothing like that. You just making your people check in. That ain't how the mob work. The mob make everybody pay a price. The judge, the police chief, the police that run the beat, everybody got to pay. So that's why I don't respect it, homie. And I hate, it's like Whack 100 done trick Mr. Prince, man. Mr. Prince normally don't talk.
That line hits like a signal flare. It tells fans who feel bullied by gatekeeper talk, you can say no. It also tells gatekeepers, your image doesn't scare me. Words become outfits. Outfits become brands. Brands become crowns. Mob ties turn from a phrase into a symbol people either salute or reject on sight.
He don't have that mystique to him no more. Now he on camera explaining to this, so now he don't look like the big bad Prince no more. He look nervous at times. He look like Whack getting the best of him. He don't look strong no more, cause he done let Whack trick him. But I know, and he know, the feds done rattled his cage with Whack, and they ain't never been able to rattle his cage. Whack 100 is with the FBI. That's why Jay Prince seems so nervous. Cause he know that nigga with them people. He know it. That's why he seems so like he's shaking. He know it. I know it and Mr. Prince know it. And the FBI know we know. So, I just hate the great Prince, man. The great Mr. Prince. Let that trick him. Yeah.
Charleston's point is that some of this isn't muscle, it's marketing. He says the pose looks like protection until it doesn't. For him, power isn't a chain or a caption. It's the ability to keep nights quiet and people safe without posting about it afterward. Charleston understands momentum. Short lines, hard edges, the kind of phrasing you can quote with your phone half out of your pocket. He swings between mockery and dare, then sticks the landing with, if it's real power, you don't have to demand it. Fans clip it, re-upload it, and the message grows legs. People who agree call it honesty. People who don't call it reckless. Either way, the lines travel. Houston doesn't wake up trying to be a headline. It wakes up as a city where cooks clock in, kids run late, and the skyline pretends not to notice the heat. Most evenings are easy. Venues opening their doors, promoters checking lists, DJs threading the night together without incident. The machine hums because thousands of small decisions line up in the right order. The brand story floats above that machinery like a neon sign. It's bright, it's magnetic, and it can make visitors feel like there's a single switch that controls the whole grid. Charleston keeps tearing at that illusion. He says the sign is not the city, the lenses are not the landscape. He wants the welcome without the ceremony, the coordination without the choreography. Book the drivers who know which block breathes easier. Hire the guards who move crowds without making them feel herded. Respect the elders who built the scene by scaling what they taught. Professionalism, not pageantry. He pushes back because the gatekeeper script shrinks a big, generous town into a narrow hallway. When the myth takes over, outsiders start treating Houston like a checkpoint and insiders start mistaking hospitality for hierarchy. The city's warmth becomes a password instead of a culture. Charleston is insisting on a different story. One where the brand listens to the city instead of speaking over it. One where the people who keep nights safe get paid, not praised into sainthood. And if that story wins, Houston looks less like a throne room and more like what it truly is. An ecosystem that works when everyone does their job. The blowback arrives on cue. Fans split into camps and build their arguments from the same clips, like two chefs cooking different dishes with the same ingredients. One side hears a man cutting through theater and calling for grown folk planning. The other hears a grenade lobbed at a family name that means a lot to a lot of people. The comment sections turn into arenas where strangers quote him like scripture or drag him like a villain. and the algorithm sells tickets at the door. Inside the industry, the reaction is quieter, but just as real. Some promoters nod in private because they've done the math and know logistics beat legends on nights when the money's big and the rooms are packed. Others bristle at the tone, not the thesis. They agree that safety is planning, but they don't want the planning framed as a rebellion against anyone's reputation. A few voices warn him to pick softer targets, to respect lines the internet can't see. He doesn't. That refusal is the point. What keeps the fire burning isn't just the outrage, it's the echo. His lines get stitched into rebuttals, which become new clips, which spawn fresh reactions that feed back into the original rant. Every push creates a pull. Every he went too far invites, maybe he didn't go far enough. In that tug of war, the conversation moves. People start asking better questions before they travel. Managers tighten plans, and even critics concede the obvious. If a city's safety depends on a photo op, the system is fragile. If it depends on preparation, it can survive the spotlight. This is where the internet gets noisy. You'll see threads claiming behind-the-scenes pressure for artists to show face, stories about who hosts whom, and whispers about private events that change when cameras arrive. You'll hear people say certain cosigns mean safety, and others swear they don't mean anything at all. There are claims about conversations in green rooms, security favors, and who's really pulling strings when the city gets crowded on a big weekend. Some chatter paints Junior as the axis of that social gravity. Other chatter calls it exaggerated, a myth boosted by clout hunting pages. You'll also find expositions that try to stitch together timelines, who was where, who talked to whom, which night flipped the narrative. These breakdowns read like detective boards, full of arrows and screenshots, pointing to meanings that may or may not exist off-screen. There are recurring claims about industry clearance, about artists feeling nudged to align with certain circles, about promoters mediating more than just bookings. You'll hear arguments over whether tap-in is smart logistics or soft coercion. Some voices frame Senior as respected and private, while painting Junior as the lightning that draws the storms. Others reject that split entirely and say the whole gatekeeper narrative is a fan-made illusion. The common thread. People use the Prince name, Senior and Junior, as shorthand for power dynamics in Houston, whether they're describing real coordination or just the mood music of the city. Strip away the volume, and you find a blueprint. Charleston talks like a siren, but he moves like a strategist. He offers a promise that feels rare in a culture crowded with middlemen. You don't need a hall pass to exist. He tells artists to swap superstition for systems, book licensed security, vet the driver, lock the venue, confirm the exits, pay the people who keep you safe, and let that be the only cosign you need. Suddenly, independence doesn't sound reckless. It sounds responsible. That's why the lines linger after the echo fades. He measures power by quiet outcomes. Nights that end without a headline, entourages that make it home, hosts who diffuse tension before the camera blinks. If the room stays calm, that's authority. If the room explodes and someone posts a speech afterward, that's theater. The internet spreads his barbs because they're sharp, but the message lasts because it's practical. Behind the taunts is a simple trade. Logistics over legend, receipts over reputation, adulthood over aura. People hear it and recognize themselves, the part that's tired of asking permission to move through a city they paid to visit. Houston breathes in layers. The old school handshake, the new school branding, the Sunday dinners that stretch into midnight, the weekends that hum without incident. Most of the time, it's a grown city doing what grown cities do, making space for celebration without turning celebration into risk. Charleston isn't arguing with that reality. He's arguing with the story laid over it. The one that says your safety comes stamped with a logo. In his version, hospitality doesn't require hierarchy. You can honor the people who built the house without kneeling in the foyer. Coordination is smart. Coercion is something else. A last name can carry weight, but it isn't a license to decide how everyone else moves. When those lines blur, myths harden. Outsiders start believing in a single gatekeeper. Insiders feel boxed in by expectations, and the city's warmth gets mislabeled as a checkpoint. Charleston wants a reset. Plans over poses. Contracts over captions. Safety over screenshots. Tell the story that way, and Houston looks like what locals swear it is. A player town that doesn't need a ceremony to keep you safe. If a brand needs to be shouted to be believed, Charleston calls it costume jewelry. Real authority doesn't scream. It simply arranges the night so nothing explodes. That's the heartbeat of his rant. You can disagree with the tone, the barbs, and the targeting, and plenty do, but the question remains. Does the power you claim actually prevent problems or just post after them? Let's be clear. There are public facts about past incidents, police statements, and court updates, those live on the record. But a lot of the claims that trend across social platforms are rumors, speculation, or secondhand stories. They are repeated often, they are not verified. When this video references rumors, chatter, or internet talk, we're describing what circulates online, not confirming it. Treat unverified claims as just that, unverified. Charleston White goes off on J. Prince Sr. and Jr. because he's attacking the story, not just the names. He's challenging the culture to separate respect from ritual and safety from status. Maybe power without performance is invisible. Maybe performance without power is empty. The city keeps moving either way. The only thing that decides which version wins is what people keep repeating. Who do you think's going to be the next person in the limelight? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get the latest celebrity news and updates. I'll see y'all on the next one.